Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. So, here we are, the end of the DDR tournament, the grand finals. I'm going to drop out of the race and switch the scene, but welcome to Sage versus Sora, the rematch to take it all. You will notice on the overlay that Sage is coming in with a win of 1 match. This is going to be a best of 3. So if Sage wins today, he will win the entire tournament. However, if Sora wins, it will be going to a Game 3 tomorrow. So with me are our tournament organizers, as also as co-coms, Dobby Digital and Eggmeister. And on tracking, we have our 2 volunteers with the mostest who have tracked pretty much almost all of these matches, TJ and Lazy. So, are you guys ready for this hype match?
I'm definitely ready. Super excited for this match.
Egg, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I was messing with some stuff.
We were worried the spider got you again.
No, like 5 minutes ago, my PC crashed because I closed OBS because OBS.
Oh God!
So
Here, the curse has started.
Curse has started already.
Yes, that has been a theme for the tournament, that between the 4 or 5 of us, usually we have one working computer. So
right.
I guess Egg has now fallen into that curse.
It's pretty common. I should look into it.
But yes, so I will also remind Dobby to close predictions if you haven't done that.
I actually remembered.
Yes, I'm proud of you. It only took the entire tournament. And I will start a channel points prediction here of who will win, if I can actually kind of see. For whatever reason, this is not letting me.
While you're clicking on that, now's probably a good time to do the usual spiel. If this happens to be the first DDR match you are watching, because it's exciting, because it's the finals. First of all, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. DDR is a glitched rule set between standard and no ROM that bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing a lot of quality of life stuff. The general gist of what you will be seeing is they will be required to enter dungeons more or less the intended way, and they're going to have to get to boss rooms by standing in front of the door and pressing A. So we aren't going to be seeing any boss key skips. We aren't going to be seeing any clipping into dungeons. Additionally, we won't be seeing any RBA, any wrong warping, or bomb hovering, and a couple of other things.
Anyways, this is a pretty hype start. You always like to see early bomb back. So let's see what they do with that.
Going for the Deku play, which is good in this case, since they are starting with Medallion.
Yeah, so with the settings, I wasn't paying too much attention what you were saying, Dobby. I saw you link the rule sets, but the settings are 1 stone bridge and 5 medallion boss key. So when you start with the medallion, Deku is going to be useful no matter what, because if it's a stone, great, you get access to bridge. If it's a medallion, great, you're going to need it anyway. So there is basically no downside for doing Deku when you start with the medallion. Even if you do start with a stone, Deku is extremely easy, quick checks. We have had multiple discussions throughout developing the setting string if we were going to have open or closed Deku, but especially in the case here where you started with bombs, having closed Deku means nothing. You can mega flip over Mido. So there essentially is no purpose to the Kokiri sword, and also is more or less a detriment, especially if you want to use some glitches in bottom of the well, like blank A. And Graveyard Way, the hero.
That's going to be an interesting one to see. To end up seeing what it ends up being. Is it going to need Sunsong? Which could be in something that's super gross. We will find out.
Is it going to be Child Dante? What I would be thinking.
Or chickens.
It usually is. Oh,
well,
no.
Chicken.
Can't be chicken in Graveyard unless they're dead. I mean, that's morbid.
Unless they're dead.
Chicken.
Chicken grave, okay. Fair enough.
Everyone knows it's actually impossible to kill any chickens. They just get mad at you.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They feel no pain, only anger.
Also, I find it disgusting that Sage puts Deku sticks on C down. Ooh, early bow.
Ooh.
Nice bow.
Alright. Dobby, have you rolled a, find all your items in the first 5 minutes type of seed?
I can neither confirm nor deny any allegations.
Don't
I haven't
worry.
found magic yet, so...
If you get good early items, it should be something that's stupid. That's how it always works.
Yeah, and that was hinted to magic mode. So we've coined the term muggle mode because in a DDR seed, it is very often that magic is the last major item that you'll find. So you do require your bow, magic, and light arrows to defeat Ganon, but because we have variable dungeon rewards for our Ganon's boss key and bridge setting, we don't need every unique major item in the game. So when we find out what our dungeon layout would be, more or less we will be looking to find out how many between boomerang, hammer, mirror shield, or longshot we're going to be needing. And notice I did not say Rudo's letter. Rudo's letter is not really that important. You can glitch your way through. It is important for logic, though, because that is access to your ice cavern, or essentially to get through Jabba regardless. But ultimately, the only things hard-locking completing bosses would be hammer, mirror shield, and boomerang, because there's no other way to defeat that respective boss. And the light arrows. Lovely!
Yeah, long shot can still be relevant to get to Morpha. We can also do that with hover boots, of course, but
right.
You need long shot or hovers for Morpha.
Yeah. Long shot is a luxury.
Yeah, outside of the fact that you need it for Morpha, if you don't have hovers, it's irrelevant.
But it is important to note, because we can't do a hover to get to Morpha, so the only way you can do it within the rule set is using a hammer slide with hover boots, or a super slide with hover boots. Or otherwise, you do actually need the long shot to get to Morpha in the rule set.
Or you just damage boost off the Tektite.
I mean, that's also a swag way to do it. If you want to do it, go for it, Egg.
I've done it before. I made a setup for it. It's very consistent. It's actually not complicated.
And we were kind of alluding to it earlier, but for probably worth re-mentioning. This uses glitchless logic, and so the tricks that we're mentioning, like using hover boots to access Morpha, they aren't in logic, and they are not required by any strategy. The seed expects you to have long shot in order to do that, and so you are guaranteed to be able to find that before being expected to do it.
So all in all, this has been a pretty successful Deku tree thus far.
Yeah, bow and lights. Not bad at all.
Plus, we'll get the reward from here, which will be good regardless what it is, so definitely worthwhile.
Yep. He always, worries somewhat about, a Baron Deku being somewhere, but that's very unlikely. And especially because we actually got something. Of course, that's not going to happen. Oh yeah, both burned the web. They didn't do the one thing.
It looked like Sage could have, but I think he turned and looked at it before it called. So what you can do, which Daza was alluding to, is if you don't look at the web as you're falling through and breaking the one above, you can essentially pretend it doesn't exist and fall through it. Consultant! Yes, hovering is unfortunately not allowed.
Or to be more specific, you're not allowed to use ISG and a damage source to stick in the air. Yeah. There are other things that are sort of hovering that we're like, you know what, it's fine because the ground just fell underneath you, and so that's not your fault, is it?
Yeah, for Shadow Truth Spinner, you technically are hovering, but you're not using a damage source, so it's irrelevant. Or not legal. That'd be kind of stupid if you got the Truth Spinner wrong and then you DQ'd yourself. That'd be pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, if hovering was allowed, we just played no Long Warp IM pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Sora wants to do a one-bomb super slide. Nice.
It is. Super Swag. Super Slides by themselves are a fast movement tech to go backwards, where you like roll to an explosive and you get a burst of speed from it by rolling at the correct frame.
Hey.
Ooh, and a Hess on the left side, nice. But if you're learning Super Slides, it is recommended to use 2 bombs for them. That gives you more frames of leeway. So that is recommended, but you can swag out and only use 1. That is also possible.
I think it's 4 frames, and then it's 7 frames for 2 bomb as child, 8 as adult. I think it's 4 frames for 1 bomb. Maybe I think it's 4.
And Gerudo in the Valley's foolish.
I mean, that's nice, I guess. I mean, who's going Valley, but...
The bottle!
Yup.
Boulder of Destiny gives us the greatest item in the entire game. A bottle.
Shield? Oh.
That is true. Bottle is phenomenal. Early bottle is what you want. It's always nice.
Not Susan, though, so, I mean, it's okay. We accept fairies. Oh, yeah. I know. So, now we're gonna have a battle of Susan or Carl. So, throughout the tournament, and if we do get to see Forest, there is a cutscene skip that you can do by using a bottle animation, whether you're dropping and catching a fish or bugs. We prefer fish because fish is bro. If you're on my side, you choose Susan. If you're on Sage's side, you choose Carl. But best fish is always going to have its own name. So feel free to add your own name for your fishy when you do poke cutscene skip.
Yeah, there's RNG with fish and bugs, and bug RNG can be really bad, and fish RNG is like, it's a couple of units in a different direction, so it's not a big deal.
Right.
Although I think there's a consistent bug setup now, so it doesn't really matter.
Sage, once again, harassing the poor Bombshell Shop lady. It's not her fault, guys. She just works there.
Ooh, strength. With early bomb back, we want to see like 1 strength. Because there are a couple strength blocks we can't skip without hovers. Oh, I guess they have a bow and a bottle, so never mind, they could do that hookshot jump. Never mind.
So far, we haven't
that's
seen
a thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. You can go ahead first.
It was completely irrelevant, but they're doing recently in the OOT speedrunning Discord. They're talking about fish push dot skip as adult, which is funny.
I did see that.
Yep, you use a fish to push you out. Oh, I think it's 2 fish to push you out of bounds.
I think it's 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish is I think what you use.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ won the bet. Dobby, goodbye.
12 minutes! I've lasted longer than I was expecting.
Oh, Graveyard's aided too. So Grave is loaded.
So far, we haven't seen much route divergence, but we'll see. With those 2 hints, we might end up seeing some people rushing Graveyard.
So, did we explain what Path of the Hero means?
Nope, it's the first one that's popped up, so you can go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead, Dobby. You have a very nice paste bin. I'll use the fancy command for hint.
Ooh. So yeah, so what that hint is referring to, the green one you saw there that was maybe on the hero's path, there's a predefined list of items that the DDR community has agreed are pretty good. They're items that you'd be kind of okay finding in a location that would kind of be worth your while. They aren't always going to be needed, but they're still pretty useful. And that hint is pointing that there's 1 instance of one of those items in that location. However, this has some caveats. It is the most important being that it is not at all linked to logic. So you don't know if it's going to be required, and you don't know if it's even possible to get it. It can be, for instance, a bow-locked bow in GTG. That is possible to happen.
Yeah, and in this case, if you already have bomb bag and like a strength and bow, we could get literally nothing of value from Grave, but it's still good overall to prioritize them. But you can get debated sometimes. Like when yesterday, the seed I was playing, both the opportunity hints just led to bomb upgrades, so that was fun. It happens.
Nocturne.
Nocturne is nice.
Especially with
Awesome.
Graveyard.
Yeah, it definitely does make that a lot nicer.
It is interesting seeing both the Way of the Hero and Path for the same location. Those are pretty rare. So you're having a logic item that is super important and a non-logic item that may or may not be important can still be a progressive. But it does always full clear your hint locations does apply to this. So this is still significant. You don't know what your path might be pointing to. You could have 4 of these items on the list in the same location. That has also happened. And they cannot point to the same item. They can point to a progressive. If a bow is pointed as Way of the Hero in that location, but you have a bowlock bow in that in the same location, like Dobby's example with GTG, Gerudo Training Grounds, you could have a path and Way of the Hero point to a bow. I believe in the filter, the Way of the Hero is what happens first, and then path is what happens last.
Yeah, the Way of the Hero does get drawn first. I forget the exact order. I think Wave named items are like 6 or something. But yeah, for sure, Way of the Hero is drawn first.
Right.
Also to note, just because something's Way of the Hero, it could be complete garbage to us.
Yeah.
It depends what it is. Most of the time, not, but sometimes.
It is important to note we did remove Tunic's, ZL, Zelda's Lullaby, and Ruto's Letter from being considered Way of the Hero. So, I mean, having a Way of the Hero strength, meh, kind of not really the greatest. However, most of the bait that you would see in glitchless logic, specifically a Way of the Hero tunic, is something that we did try to remove from our hint distribution.
Yep. Also, I mean, in this case, it's Graveyard, an area you're going to go to pretty much regardless.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it's saying, Way of the Hero water, and you're like, oh, well, okay. So, it's, even if it is bait, it's something you were going to probably do anyways.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, we had an earlier match, not saying spoilers of who won that one, not that I even remember, but anyway, we had a match that had Ice Cavern hinted as path. And basically, there were 3 major items in there of the 5. Actually, I wonder if it was 4. And that was absolutely insane. So this is kind of the gamble that you'll make in Rando Gonna Rando. Do you follow your hints or not? So that's always something that every player will handle differently depending on what...
Ooh,
that was hover boots. Those are hover boots.
Ooh.
I'm surprised Sora didn't unload the grave. We could do torches and get that thing right now.
I don't think it's as forgiving as Child.
It's not, but it's daytime, so I think it's 21 reloads.
Okay.
Or you throw I think if you throw 3 Deku Nuts, it's like 18 that day.
And TJ, yes, can you use a damage boost to get up there? You can, even in glitchless.
Yeah.
Even in glitchless, unrestricted.
Oh, we're going ZR.
Actually, was gonna say that too. Is I was pretty sure it was only an unrestricted, but still, it is glitchless as adult.
Yeah. It's glitchless, asterisk.
But not in standard. I don't think that's allowed in standard.
No deboosts are allowed in standard. Yeah, I don't know if either Sage or Sora know how to do that damage. The damage boost is pretty. I mean, it's not like it's. Yeah, it's not like
I think
you need to
Sage
practice
knows.
it. You need to practice it to be able to do it consistently.
Looks like we might actually be seeing a rev divergence now. Looks like Sora, at least for a little bit, Sora's going river, whereas Sage is
Right
going
for the beams. I would do that too.
Unrestricted is true glitchless. You're right. So this game is so broken, even in glitchless, we have to have restricted glitchless.
Yeah.
Because even glitchlessly, this game allows for a lot
Ooh,
of dumb stuff.
30 magic meter.
Alright, now we're getting to see the good stuff.
That's some good. Sage is exceptionally good at skull routing, so that'll be very good for him. Sora's also exceptionally good at skull routing as well, so this is also not bad for him by any stretch.
You're not wrong. Sage always gets 20. So
Yeah.
he always does Sculptureless.
And getting that hint early is really nice too, because it'll let you route in skulls a lot more efficiently.
Are we going to see almost Song of Storms? Let's see. Nope.
No.
Dang. Close.
Not really, but you know.
I mean...
The thought that counts.
It's a thought that
if
counts.
that was an up arrow, it would have been Song of Storms except for the starting ace, so, you know, close enough.
It's closer to a reverse Requiem.
Okay, yeah.
And Sora opening the gate, we have not seen a Skull Mask hint yet, so that's not a bad idea, especially with an easy Nocturne song.
Pretty slow, though. Surprised you don't do that into doing Cuckoos. But... Cuckoos is also...
Here in this house, we...
Way the hero,
Way the hero. Here in this house, we don't do chickens. We only murder them.
Is the only thing we have left in Market the Lands minigame?
And Big Post.
Yep.
Oh, Big Post too, that's true.
Susan!
Oh.
Well, this is Sage, so it's Carl. So we respect that Sage has named his fish Carl.
That's a bug, though.
What?
Got a bug.
Oh, it is a
He's
bug.
doing
I thought, what
spatulas.
happened to the fish? Did he let go of Carl?
Yeah.
Wow.
He did?
He's doing soft
You
soil.
rejected Carl?
Rip Carl.
Wow.
It makes sense. You're in Lost Woods this child. You're going to want to do some soft soil sculptures, especially 930 is something good.
Oh, strength was in Market on Richard. So
Yeah.
that could be a way of the hero's strength.
That could be. That would suck, but it's possible. We also neither of our players have checked the medallions yet, so we can't really estimate too much for strength.
Most likely, one strength is required for the seed anyways, usually. It really just comes down to whether or not 2 strengths are obtainable as your first strength or not. If one's going to be way of the hero. But it's pretty rare you're going to have a seed where you won't need it. You won't logically need at least 1 strength. But it could, I would imagine it could happen. I would have to, like, think about it, but if you have the right boss key placement, it should be possible.
40 said.
40 is dead. We do that one. Alright. Now time to hope that Sora decides to not, like, zoom through this. Oh, a wallet.
Ooh. I wonder if there's good stuff in bottom of the well, though, with that Song of Storms. That'd be funny.
We
You always
have had a seed that there were the light arrows in the Kokiri Forest Storms Grotto with storms on OOT. Unfortunately, that is something that even in this rule set you can't access without the song, and that is a all dungeon seed.
Yep. You hate getting to Ganondorf and seeing, like, DMT light arrows and knowing Song of Storms on Song of Time.
Alright, Forest, DC, Fire, Shadow. Pretty sure. Alright, I want to say that DC was the Fire Medallion. And I think Shadow was Spirit Medallion.
Oh, we are unloading. Okay, makes sense.
It's easier to do it as adults, a little more forgiving.
Yeah, I know it's easier as adult. It's just, you could do it as child consistently, and you could also QPA for the torches. Of course, we can't QPA for the torches as adult, or you could just do, like, the torches and do that as well.
Why is everyone doing question marks?
Oh, do you not know that meme?
Yeah.
It's a meme for this particular trick.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just in
CFG
case-
meme.
Just in case someone in chat actually isn't aware of this trick, since we might have some people that are less familiar with glitches here, what you're doing is you're repeatedly loading and unloading the graveyard. And apparently, we found out recently what that's reloading an actor. That's the sparkle effect on the grave when you play the song Zelda's Lullaby. And
Oh, he's
so-
redoing it again! You didn't have to go all the way from the beginning, Sora. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah,
And,
it is.
Eventually, it runs out of memory and unloads the graves.
It's very specific, so if you go over, you're pretty much boned. You just had to restart it. which you had to reload
Oh,
the entire area.
okay. Interesting. So
That's pretty
Sage
good.
finding Din's Fire on the Rolling Goron and Child Goron City. So one thing to note for this rule set, you have 3 methods of entry into the Shadow Temple. Nocturne is not necessarily required for any of them except for Child. But if you're Child and you have Nocturne, you can use a glitch called Quick Put Away, which stores Din's values on breaking a stick, so you can light the torches. Child Shadow is also why we have the meme of our countdown screen, because that did happen in one match. Thank you, Dotso. And Rip Dobby, who was not able to commentate that match. The other 2 methods, which are the traditional using Dins and Magic, and then the other, bring back please, a fire arrow entry by using fire arrows and magic and a bow. So all 3 of these are valid ways to enter Shadow Temple, because you do just have to light the torches. But you do have options.
We also got to see the clip in Darunia's room from Sage a little bit ago. Works as both child and adult. Albeit, adult can do some dumb stuff to get an item list.
I think the rule set is basically a lot of dumb stuff. It's like the summation of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Also to note, Sage doesn't know about those hover boots yet, or anything. He hasn't touched Grave.
Right.
Which may be a grave mistake. We'll see.
Oh my god, Dobby.
If he knows about the we're hessing through? Nope, we're not hessing through. If he knows about the damage boost, he might just not get beaten. It would be faster if you do it like well enough. Of course, because you don't have to bother getting
He has
the
enough bombs. Oh, barely.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough
Or he's got
bombs.
shoes.
Oh yeah, he has shoes. Yeah.
You used the precious chews. That's fine. I hate chews.
He probably
Let
wants
it
to.
be let it be known that Mega Flipping with a chew or a bomb has decided 3 matches in this tournament. Whether you know it or you don't know it.
I imagine he's gonna Hess here to do a hammer check.
Dobby, you're still in the call?
Yeah.
Alright, I didn't
Yeah.
kick you. Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't kick
that's
you.
right.
I'm like, you just went really quiet.
I was
No.
currently debating because we just found the hover boots, so that's gonna be really nice because that basically is one of the major things we need for Water Temple. The other 2 stone dungeons require those unique items we were mentioning, so we already have a way to do, or almost have a way to do one of the 3, so that'll be good.
Yeah, you can get to that chest, super slide, you can do a Hess, if you have hovers, you can do a glitchless lead. You can do some stupid stuff.
Extended way. You could do
Yeah,
strength
with
too.
double strength, with hookshot, you can do some stupid stuff to hookshot the chest because collision and whatnot. Yeah. That's what made the setup for it. I don't think anyone's ever done it in a race.
Oh, Sage doing it as child. There you go, Egg.
There you go.
Yay.
Let's see both versions.
Sora failed the
The loading, unloading, and
Yeah.
left.
and just left.
Yeah, he got his hover boots and bailed.
Yeah, there's multiple setups for this. I think if you just have no items, it's 21 reloads at daytime from Nocturne, if I remember correctly. I think you can throw 3 Deku Nuts and make it 18. I don't know, I looked into this like a long time ago. I forget. And then there's like a chew thing you can do. And it's gone. Look at that magic.
There you go.
I don't know
we
what
haven't
he
gotten
did.
30 skulls yet for magic. JK. I
Oh.
tried. The crickets would have been nice. Thanks for that.
We'll just need to record some crickets from Dotso's place.
Oh my god, the best hint we ever got happened in this match. Haunted Wasteland is on the path of the hero.
Oh my
Please,
God.
let it be fire arrows.
QPA, those fire arrows, please. Or even better, magic.
That would be better too.
That would be
I love
so
it.
good.
We already
already
have
done
been
this.
Arashi, unfortunately. Otherwise, that has happened before.
Ooh, Requiem.
QPA! QPA!
QPA. You can do it. You can do it, Sage. We believe in you.
I'm surprised he didn't QPA here. It would have technically been faster, because then you just Nocturne out, but waste some sticks doing it. Makes sense not to do it.
He may have to.
Roll there.
Oh,
Okay,
he got it. He got it.
Yeah, nice.
We're good. Does he know about the wasteland yet?
No, I don't believe so.
So, he's gonna prioritize that.
I know, TJ, imagine buying a shield when you could have just gotten 50 skulls, forehead.
Yeah, that's the real routing.
That does make it a little weird of like what's way the hero, because Requiem likes to be way the hero. But then those hovers are there. So who knows?
And Sage did just see those hovers as well, so now he has that info too.
No one has ZL yet, so maybe ZL's on Requiem.
Sora has ZL.
Never mind, Sora has ZL. I don't pay attention.
I think Zeal was in the windmill, right? Okay.
Correct.
Oh,
Hero's Path for Water Temple.
Interesting. So that is all 3 of our Hero's Path hints.
Was that
Water Temple is interesting. There's not a lot of items.
No, that's garbage. Yeah, only 4 items in water, so not ideal. No. Saryas, eh? Interesting. Saryas likes to do dumb stuff too.
Yes, good thing to point out. So we don't have the backflip, oh my god, backflip over Mido, with no items as a trick enabled. Oh, that's a convenient hint.
Nice.
So in this case, you do need to have Sarya's song logically to access Sacred Forest Meadow as adult, or Minuet, either or. So there have been times where you have Minuet and OOT, or Sarya and OOT.
He's going.
That can be complete bait. Yes, go. But
he doesn't know the hint though. But he's still going.
No, he got the hint. It was literally right there outside of Spirit.
Never mind. I still don't pay attention. What's new? What's new? Me paying attention? What?
Why is he waiting for nighttime? Oh, because he's gonna Requiem and do Dompe digging.
Yeah, Nocturne. To be fair, you could argue going Wasteland here anyways, just because why not? But I mean, it's a decent time commitment. But especially if you want to do Dompe.
Also, doing this at night, Monka S.
Yep. At least like the sandstorm isn't as like violent on this half. Also, I think does he do like an actual setup?
It looks like no.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't think many people do.
So Wag, since I know that this one is one that you've got a couple setups for, do you want to start explaining what he's going to be about to do?
Oh, QPA?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you even explain QPA? So you put a stick away and you interrupt it. So effectively the game's in a weird state where like you have a stick out, but you kind of don't. I mean, you do. It's a little complicated, but effectively you press A to put a stick away, and then the next frame you pull out a cutscene item. He's probably gonna do it with ZL, Zelda's letter. Yep. So the game's kind of confused now. You then get broken stick, and when you get broken stick, the game, of course, assigns your attack damage to your crouch stab value. But because you don't have the stick in your hand when you, like, finish it, it gets confused, and it puts a really weird value on your crouch stab that has a bunch of properties. The one we saw there was Din's Fire.
Oh my god!
Every time.
Called it! I feel validated.
Din's Fire. But there's also things like Ice Arrows is on there. You can freeze stuff with it, which is irrelevant. Or you can do ice switches with it, because it has, I think, Slingshot property. So fun. There's also, like, I think there's, like, a list. So you can look it up. I think there's, like, 15 different properties or something.
I think
most
one of them
important
is
one is
shadow
dens.
arrows and stuff like that, like some unused data.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, the only really useful one is dens. The not really in DDR, but the slingshot can be useful. You can do some weird stuff in like MQ. There's also Rang. Rang is a part of it. Sadly, we can't QPA to kill Barnade because he actually checks for the actor. But Rang is a part of it, so you can do weird stuff with that. Not in DDR, really. But yeah, there's a bunch. The most important one's dens. The second most would be like eye switches. You could do any eye switch with QPA. In OOT 3D, hammers there. Not sadly in OOT hammer property is not there, but in OOT 3D it is. So there's interesting routing they can do.
We'll see. We do know that Sage does know about those hover boots. We'll see at what point he decides to route that in, because that's definitely one you want. 100%, he's gonna go for those.
Yeah. To be fair, like with early bomb bag, you don't necessarily care about it too much. Like you care, honestly, you really only care about it for water at this point. Like you'll lose some time in shadow, and you can't do a couple glitches. But overall, it's kind of like whatever. I can, with Sage being more glitch knowledgeable, I can imagine he is not going to value that highly, at least not highly enough to get a bean. So I'll probably push it off. He'll probably just push off till he gets hookshot and then just hookshot jump to it, would be my guess.
I mean, in all honesty, it's actually all in logic once you get your 30 skulls, at least that we know of right now. So Shadow Temple is not that far off.
No.
Which is also terrifying.
Also worth noting, with this item, or with these dungeon layouts, it's possible they might not need hookshot. You need it for Forest Temple, but none of the other medallions necessarily 100% need hookshot. Likewise, you need it to enter water, but the other two medallions don't necessarily need hookshot. So it's possible you might see a hookshot list seed here.
That's true. Likely, because hookshot's just nice, but yeah. That is, of course, always a possibility. We could still do Shadow without hookshot pretty easily. And everything else.
Stage finding a second hint.
Yeah. It's like, thanks for my magic and fire-locked fire arrows.
So yeah, so Consultant, here they wouldn't, but the settings we use here, you only need 5 of the 6 medallions, so you could just skip Forest in this case.
Yeah, unfortunately, in order to get into the temple, you do require a hookshot. You cannot hover.
However, hookshot's such a logically important item, generally speaking, and Forest is a relatively quick clear that you're probably going to want to do Forest, if you can, so...
Yeah, it's definitely, given the choice, I would take Forest over Fire Temple, for sure. Mostly because I just hate Fire Temple. It sucks.
You would also need like either Rang or Mirror Shield instead of doing water. So, I mean, hookshot's just nice. Get to be able to do Forest. We can beat water and Forest if we get a hookshot right now. So then you're just looking at like getting your magic and your go mode.
What items do we need for go mode at this point? If we're going to be completing Forest, we just need a hookshot.
And water.
And, well, water is a stone. Oh yeah, we do have to do one of the
stone.
stones. I keep forgetting that.
And that's the most likely stone to be completed. Because you're
That
more
is
likely to
true.
find a hookshot than you are to find Mirror Shield or Rang.
Yeah.
We know where the magic is, so we could go beat Shadow right now. So literally, if, for example, if Sora gets a hookshot here, or I think even Sage gets a hookshot here, they're effectively go mode because they can get the magic, and then they just need to figure out where light arrows are. So honestly, it's just hookshot at this point. Oh yeah, they have light arrows, so that doesn't matter. Again, I don't pay attention. So yeah, they're literally go mode. They know where the hook is. They know where the magic is, so they just need to be able to beat one more dungeon. Well, actually, yeah. Hook allows them to beat 2 more dungeons, which they need to beat. They would need Hammer and then Mirror or Rang. So they would need 2 more. They would need 3 items if they don't get Hookshot. They would need 2 items if they get Hookshot, which they know where one of the items is, of course. That's magic.
Was that Fountain or Domain? All I saw was Zora.
Fountain.
Nice. Oh, baby Stabby.
Yeah, for water, we can Ocarina dive in, but we need to open the gate. We can't clip around it. Not allowed. Inside water, Hookshot's not really
Susan!
relevant to do much.
Welcome, Susan. Sora getting best fish.
Knows where this Hookshot's gonna be. Phantom Ganon likes to hoard some Hookshots in his dungeon, so that can be really stupid sometimes.
Well, you need a long shot. Well,
for what?
I know. Well, no, you need a hook shot to get there.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, there's 2 Hookshot, right? Forrest likes to have a Hookshot. Hookshot likes to be Hookshot locked a lot of times. So, we could be looking at a scenario in which, yes, there's 2 Hookshots. There's more likely that they'll find a Hookshot than a Mirror Shield or a Rang, but who knows, right? Mm-hmm. Also, who knows how familiar they are with Hookshotless Spirit? You gotta do some dumb stuff for that. So who knows, it's a pain. But
especially without Furor's Wind. So when you go through a Spirit Temple, you don't really require Strength through. There are multiple methods that you can get through the adult side. Since they do have hover boots, not necessarily required, but the hover boot method makes it a lot easier to clip into child side as adult. If they do end up having magic, they already have Din, so they can get both of those checks. Ultimately, though, if you don't have Hookshot, you have to do a lot of shenanigans and save and reset to get back to the adult climb. So it just makes it much more painful. But you can do it.
That guy followed him all the way down. He just turned around, he's just standing there. I don't know why I found it so funny. He's like waiting his turn. He's like, oh, don't worry, buddy.
Hashtag 15 rupees an hour for minions. They put in all the work.
I love that tech type.
Ooh, so Sage isn't going for the bomb jump here for the hover boots. So it's either possible that he's just hoping to get it later, or that he might not know that the bomb boost strat to get up there.
He's probably not familiar with it, and to be fair, like, again, hovers with bomb bag, you don't really care that much about hovers, especially when you have Nocturne. You can just come back and do it some other time. So that is true. He doesn't have a shield, does he? That's surprising. 40 minutes in, don't have a shield. What's going on?
Sage is also on. Actually, he's not on the side of Team Never Buy a Shield because he doesn't like that people enable my my issues with that. But I don't know. Sage, I will always give free shields. I don't see a problem.
Yeah, you gave them a free shield on 50 skulls. What more do they want?
Exactly. Thank you.
You see, in my notes, I have that written down as 50 is garbage. So, you know. I didn't know it was a shield.
Sato only says that because in our co-op seeds, I find all the shields, and then he gets angry. He knows better than to go against me. You didn't follow our co-op tracker sheet then. I'm ashamed. Disappoint.
Cavern from Sage here, and then...
Oh, Dodongo's Cavern. I was like, Ice Cavern? Why is it going? Where'd you get Ice Cavern?
DC, I guess I should say.
An egg prediction to go to Ice Cavern?
Maybe, who knows? There'd be a stupid play with Fountain being foolish, but you know, sometimes you gotta be dumb to win a race.
I mean, rando gonna rando. That is what it ultimately will come down to, as we're now in the where do we go next type of feeling. So both of our players are circling around each other. However, Sora is ahead at Dodongo's Cavern, which found nothing of value other than a medallion. So we don't have access to Ganon's Castle because we can't complete any of our 3... Oh, you didn't pick up Greg! Oh my god!
Wow, you could be at 173 right now. That'd make a huge difference.
It's the principle of the matter.
But anyway, at this point, what item do we need next? We need a hookshot to continue progressing, or a
magic.
No, we know where magic is, and
Well,
I don't think 30's.
You probably want to get
in logic with a bottle, but
you want to get into Shadow because Shadow has a lot of items, and you're gonna want to complete it. So
we have a Pona, and we have a bottle, and we have a bow. No one has done big pose yet.
And that's fair. We do have Market Way of the Hero.
Yeah, but you already got the strength, so you just assume that's what it is.
Always full clear your Way of the Hero.
Well, it's not
always.
Oh, I guess it is Way of the Hero.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
You're not wrong, but I also don't want to agree with you, so
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Egg is saying.
I mean, I can understand just going for Skulltulas and immediately going to Shadow. Shadow is a pretty item-dense area, and you need to beat it anyways, and having Hookshot isn't going to do... You'll just have to do Gate Skip, pretty much. And I mean, there is the pot room, which is annoying, and you probably just won't do it, but...
I don't know if we saw the Bigoron hint, did we? I will defer to our trackers.
I have no idea.
No.
Yeah, for DDR, Hookshot and Shadow really is just like for the pot key room.
Ooh,
Foolish Fire.
helpful. Welcome to your Boski on Hammer Chest. Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Donzo, you could probably ask the mod loader guys. They might have Alan Rickman model. It's possible.
Stole my joke. Okay.
Welcome to my life. This is what it's like commentating with Dobby.
Is our only Baron right now? Oh no, we have Gerudo Valley too.
Yeah, and
Gerudo Valley and Fire.
My hints are up to date, thank you.
Again, I said the things, but I didn't write down the things.
Who's writing down anything? I don't have notes. This is how I play. I don't write notes.
You don't buy shield, you don't write down notes. Okay.
Notes?
Interesting play.
Taking notes is reverse reading, and thus for nerds.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine me using notes or an actual tracker. No. Nope. And Sora going to do big pose. Thank you, Sora. The hero we don't deserve.
I also appreciate Sage using a pot to kill the skull there. That's swag.
It's a bow. It'd be faster to just use a bow, but whatever.
It would be, but it would be less cool. How did that first one space through? What? Big Po, please! What? There you go.
Big Po doesn't want to die. So I wonder if he's just going to go straight back to turn this in, or maybe he'll do some field stuff. Probably just going to go turn it back in.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean... Or no.
No.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
he's
He's going back.
These are facts, Axe. It is indeed already a ghost, so it is already dead.
It's true.
Is it bad that I read that as undie, not undie?
To be fair, I think
No, I see.
Oh,
it's slick
Good.
shit! Oh,
Maybe
no!
that leads to a hook shot. Dude, target being hook shot would be pretty funny.
that would be amazing.
Oh, are we going? Are we just setting time of day? Or are we going? Nope, we are not.
Max, I think we've been spending the right amount of time together.
Why did he? Did he not do that chest up there, or did he?
What chest?
Sage.
At the top of the bridge?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was not paying attention. I was too distracted by the pose undies.
That was weird.
Yep.
The camera might have... I don't know if anyone was paying attention, but I don't think he did that top chest. Like, he blew up the wall. I don't know if he did it or not. Maybe the camera can get weird up there, so maybe he accidentally jumped off. Or maybe he just did it and I missed it. I think he fell, yeah.
Well, I guess we hope that... Well, he hopes that it's not anything important. I also appreciate that Sora is following the way of the hero slingshot.
And also checking out the items here, too. Since he doesn't know for sure what it is.
I mean, we know because Sage has already done it, that it's going to be Choose. And... Sorry, no, not sorry, and Prelude, I think here was Prelude.
No, it was Requiem.
Alright, well, I'm allowed to be wrong once a commentary, so let's just say this is the wrong one.
That's why it's actually kind of interesting, both Requiem and Hovers being here. It's kind of 50-50 which one's going to be Way of the Hero. Both of those items like to be Way of the Hero, so you never know.
Yeah, true, I didn't write the song.
But actually, no, I think it has to be Requiem because your opportunity hint cannot be a song. So we only got Hovers, right? So Hovers has to be the opportunity hint, so Requiem's Way of the Hero. With our current knowledge, I guess we haven't done Sun. So, yeah. So Requiem's Way of the Hero. Well, actually, wasn't there a Dins in here, too?
There was a Silver Scale. Dins was in Goron City.
Okay. So maybe Scale Way of the Hero is possible.
Scale is possible, but we had early bombs, so not necessarily. But we haven't been to Lake, so we don't know what's there. Yeah. We also don't know if there's something on Lab Dive. So in order to get the Lab Dive Heart Piece item, you do require Gold Scale. The Iron Boots trick is not in Logic currently.
So with our current knowledge, that Hovers was the opportunity hint. So Hovers can't be Way of the Hero. Because the Hovers is the only eligible item to be opportunity hinted. So either we're looking at Requiem, most likely. Yeah. Most likely Requiem is the Way of the Hero, which isn't surprising. Or it could be the Scale too, but that's unlikely.
It could, unless it's Gold Scale.
Yeah, we also could have like Sun Grave or Redead Grave, because we haven't checked that yet, but I don't know, unlikely. But I would imagine at this point, you just play to Requiem being Way here, so maybe there's something in Spirit.
I mean, you do have a projectile now, so you can go through Child Spirit.
You can, yeah. Because you'd be seeing a hook shot in Spirit.
There is a lovely clip, I think it's on this channel, of both our hook shots in the same room in Child Climb. It was a great reaction.
Fun.
I'm curious here. Oh, I think Sora's doing Night Skulls in CAC. I think that's what he's doing. Because I was expecting that he might go to Lost Woods now and try to see what that slingshot leads to.
He'll probably do that soon. And you invested a decent amount of time into getting that slingshot, so it's reasonable to go do Target.
Yeah,
also, he hasn't done Child Goron, has he yet?
Sora not yet.
Yeah,
Sora not yet, yeah.
So I could see him doing that and Target at the same time, and then maybe some other stuff around that area. Or maybe he'll go bomb the well, just YOLO it. I mean, I doubt it, but you never know. Oh, I guess with our... Actually, never mind. With our... with water being a stone, it is impossible for a hook shot to be in bottom of the well. So, to be fair, you don't need a hook shot. We could find another item, but I would imagine you're going to play to the hook shot. So going to an area in which two of your go mode potential go mode items cannot be there is not the best idea.
And then hookshot is doubly good because it reduces the number of items you need to find total, but also just because that also opens up a lot of adult skulls if you haven't hit that 30 mark yet.
Oh, he is going bottom of the well, though.
Or he just jumped in there to... Oh, what are you doing? He's going bottom of the well.
Yeah, there's no...
It's a Navi call.
Yeah, I wonder if he doesn't... I mean, yeah. Again, the reason we know there can't be any hook shots here is because Song of Storm's on Song of Time, and water is a stone. So you logically need long shot to beat water, which means there can't be a hook shot down here. But there could still be a ring. Well, actually, no. There
side, I think Sage might be doing the bomb damage boost we were talking about. So yeah, this is a very precise trick where you use the knockback from the bomb hitting you, as well as a precise jump in order to get on top of the sledge.
Yeah, this is actually a terrible play from Sora. There can't be anything of value here for him. Because he needs, let's see if he does this right.
Ooh.
Nope. Yeah, because at this point, all Sora needs is a way to beat a stone dungeon, really. And, I mean, there can't be any item down here that's required to beat a stone dungeon, so, yeah, this is a waste of time. There can be nothing of value in bottom of the well. Or
at least it could be magic that would save you some skull routing, but you do know where one is, so it's not that big a deal.
No.
Even then, it's probably just faster to route in the skulls while doing other stuff than it is to do all at bottom of the well on the off chances of magic here. I would imagine he's just not thinking about where that Song of Storms is.
Yeah, it's also possible he might not have gotten that hint. I don't know which of our runners
that is possible too.
If that was Temple of Time, then you should definitely have it. Nice bomb bag.
Oh.
Yeah. Got some bombs. Irrelevant, but nice.
The bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
Next frame? Yeah, this frame, I think.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice. That's
free
glitchless.
Shield. Sorry, I was more excited about the free shield
than the hover boots. Just did an extremely difficult trick to get hovers, and you're like, oh wait, shield.
Yes.
It is. It does have, I think, 2 frames for the jump
straight,
slash.
thank you.
People are already starting to do that trick unbuffered in because in glitchless unrestricted they do that for shadow early because you can logically get to not logically you can get to shadow glitchlessly with that D boost.
And yeah, that is not an easy trick, even though it is. Oh, actor glitch! He got the actor glitch. Nice.
Well, I don't know because he's in this room. He didn't get actor glitch if he's in this room.
He also has ZL, so there's no reason to do it.
I think he was close though, but
yeah, you can accidentally do actor glitch. But the reason to do actor glitch is to get to Dead Hand without ZL, but he had ZL, so.
Yeah.
No reason to do that. Did he already do Dead Hand, or did he skip it because it was hinted as one of the chests being garbage?
I think
he hasn't routed it. He hasn't routed it yet, at least. I don't know if he's doing it later as well. It's also possible.
Well, I guess. Oh, if this isn't a no, not really. Do we know what the one thing in Dead Hand is? Is it a small key?
No. Well, even if it is, Steve maybe something.
Well,
but I don't know if Sora's gonna go for it.
If the invisible chest was hinted as not a small key, and then you didn't get a small key there, then you could guarantee that there's nothing on Dead Hand's side, but yeah, he's probably just not gonna do it.
Probably not.
Nope, going for it.
Oh.
I guess you're already here, but yeah.
No.
Not surprising, there's literally nothing here. Again.
There was a bomb bag, which is
nothing
okay, but not necessarily helpful.
Yeah, especially since you started with one.
Again, I would have to chalk this up just as a mistake on Sora's part, because again, all he needs is a way to beat a stone dungeon. Or I guess Hammer maybe could be here. Sure. but then that hammer can't lead to a hook shot or anything, so you want to prioritize a way to beat a stone dungeon. And there cannot be any item required for a stone dungeon here.
Yeah, nothing.
Not surprising. Like, the only thing that could have been there was the second magic or a hammer, and you don't really care to see the hammer, because we know there's nothing in the fire, and it doesn't... I mean, I guess
you
it could
do
be
find
something.
hammer, and, like, if you found hammer and later on
Wait.
find the...
Sora, don't leave! Sora, do slingshot! Target in the woods! No!
Yeah, I'm surprised not doing that. You put the time in for big pose. You just go full ham on it. Also, especially because he doesn't have... He has Sarias now, too, right? No, he doesn't.
Oh,
So-
no, yeah, only Sage
So
does.
I guess you could be pushing that off until maybe you could potentially get Sarias to do... I'm assuming we're going to see hover boots? Nope, super slide. Or Hess? Hess.
Not just super slide looks like.
Oh, it's super slide. Never mind.
I don't know if anyone does any 2-bomb Hesses. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it wouldn't do anything. It would just be a waste of
Oh!
Oh.
That's big.
Nice.
Mm.
Alright, so... At this point, Sora is in no mode.
Mm.
Yes.
Sora doesn't
Yeah.
have
Oh,
a
well-
fire source yet.
Okay, but Dins is in Goron City and the Haunted Wasteland Path, which he's going to get the hint now. He'll get fire arrows.
As a reminder.
So,
he already
we
had
could-
this hint, but
Yeah, but we could have fire arrow entry, and then he definitely is in no mode.
yeah.
But once Sage goes and does that, he's in go mode, technically. Until magic.
Yeah, but to be fair, Sage has done everything but that, so that's extremely isolated. So who knows how long he'll put that off.
Yeah, I think when Sage was there, he didn't. He had. I don't think he
Zeo.
had Zeo.
Yeah, he did have
He
Zeo.
also
Or
didn't have
bombs.
any bombs left.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, there's not really many options left for Sage, except for like maybe like GTG. Also, did Sora not go Wasteland?
No, Sora did not go
No.
Wasteland.
No.
So Sora is still looking for stuff. But he might just go adult here and just start doing like forest and water.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
mean,
sure.
water
if
is
Sora-
hinted, so I could imagine just going water. But it looks like he's going to do Lost Wood stuff now, so he's probably just going to get the Dins.
Yeah, if he ends up going to Goron City, that'll be good for him because there'll be no mode for sure.
This could be close. So it depends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and we don't know where
Sora's-
that other hookshot is too. So
Sora is in an advantage right now, I would imagine.
yeah,
To be fair, I think Sage is a lot higher up on Sculptural count.
Yeah, Sage is really good at routing skulls. Sora is
Also-
doing pretty darn well, though, too.
We didn't get to see these from Sage's side, so maybe there's gonna be something. That's more sticks.
Also, happy 1 hour, everyone. If you are just joining us, or just joining us recently, this is the finals for the first DDR tournament. You are watching Sage and Sora, respectively the winner from the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket. If you are unfamiliar with DDR rule set, it is a glitch rule set between Standard, Noah, and Realm Warp that allows a lot of quality of life glitches while banning some of the most powerful glitches in the game. Also take this opportunity to shout out our trackers, TJ and Lazy, who have been helping continuously throughout this entire tournament, as well as shout out co-commentators, Shiro.
Oh, he cut out. We're gonna see
an egg as also a co-commentator, and also your tourney organizers.
Well, we're gonna see a ledge cancel here. That's fun. Ledge cancel. He
What
messed
is-
it up. Never mind.
What would that do?
Sculptula.
Oh.
Yup. You ledge cancel when you're in the ledge cancel state. All cylindrical collision doesn't work, which is what rocks are. So you can just walk into the rock and then just cancel it, and you just grab the token.
Bummer.
Fun fact, that also works on Rain Johnson. If you get ledge cancel, you can just go. He doesn't have any collision. You walk straight through him.
Yeah, as Dots would point out, you can also do that with hovers, but it is gross. So thank you, I think Toxic for that one. I'm pretty sure that was a toxic strat.
That sounds like a toxic strat.
And any toxic strat, you don't want to do. So, it's probably going to be garbage. But it is something you can do. So, there is that. But yeah, ledge cancel I think is a frame perfect, maybe 2-frame window. But there's usually a lot of setups to make it free. Like, the one in DMT is pretty free. But you don't really do it that often. So, it's not surprising.
Yes, pick up Susan again.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Susan.
And where does he go? No, go to Gorzi.
No. That's okay.
No.
This does make sense. You want to prioritize water because you know that's hinted, and you also want to just do dungeon completion. So this makes sense to do this into forest and water.
It definitely does, but we also happen to know it's incorrect.
Yeah, we know it's incorrect. But to be fair, I think when you're already in Lost Woods and you have Sarias and bombs, it's kinda... I don't know if it's reasonable per se to just not do Goron City as Child. Albeit it is slow, but you can full clear it, so...
So it could be in the long shot. It could also be Hammer.
Yeah, if it's Hammer, that would be good.
Yeah. Or it could be like Irons.
Yeah.
That is true.
No, we need another scale.
Oh yeah,
for that.
sorry. Yeah. Well, we don't have that in Logic, do we? Scale entry.
Well, it's default logic. You can enter with gold scale.
I guess we would need Yeah, Sora is not that confident in Iron Bootless water. I don't think. Well, he knows. I don't know if he knows how to ledge clip actually. Because the only thing I've ever seen him do is the long shot thing, and I know he doesn't know how to do central pillar. Iron Boots.
Central pillar is an extremely difficult trick compared to the other stuff. So
yeah,
the only hard part is the out of bounds swimming. Just saying.
Yeah.
But that's also because I have a really bad aversion to out of bounds swimming. I'm unteachable.
Oh wow, that's
this is like
nice.
The best ever layout for forest.
So Sage is going cavern, eh? That's interesting. I mean, I guess to be fair, it's not all that unreasonable, but I would imagine with having Epona's GTG's in Logic. So going Cavern over GTG, especially when you know Fountain's garbage, so all those items are garbage. You don't have Iron, so you can't do fast Cavern. Yeah, this is a mistake.
On the right side, we actually see Sora doing a trick here. This is the reason that we have the enable useful cutscenes turned on. If you drop fish or bugs and then recatch them on 1 of 2 frames, you regain control of Link during the cutscene, and you're able to rush over to this elevator before it gets put down properly. And this lets you use the elevator as to go up and down without defeating all of the foes. So it's really, really nice.
Thanks, Vince, for telling me what I am.
Jesus. Fucking bye. Awesome, thanks, buddy. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, to be fair to Sage, like, while we know he has to go to that, what is that? Neru's Love? Is that the Colossus Fairy? Yes, that's Neru's Love, I think, right? That's extremely isolated. He isolated that super hard, so I don't know. Although I think you could argue to do like, do that into like Reverse Wasteland GTG, which maybe he's gonna do now. I don't know why. I guess he hasn't done River yet, so that is fair. He hasn't done River, I guess. River's not a bad play, but I feel like this late, like River's more valuable the earlier you do it because I mean, it's not that dense in items, but it has like a lot of. Oh, is it Froar's Wind? Okay.
Oh,
I thought Froar's Wind was Yeah, I thought Jabu Fairy was Froar's. Interestingly,
Sora's still going in Forest. He has the boss key. He could just go right now to the boss.
I mean, he still needs an item to beat. He still needs a fire source. Well, I don't think he knows how to do Child Shadow.
No, I doubt that. But yeah, this is. It's interesting though because one of the risks of doing the Poe cutscene is that if you ever cause anything that causes the dungeon to reset, including dying, save warping, voiding out, getting caught by Wallmaster, probably some other stuff too. Oh, FW. tons of stuff can cause it. The elevator gets reset back to its default position, which is down. So it can be really bad if you happen to have one of those things happen.
So the reason why I would argue against doing courtyard here is because it's mostly going to be small keys. You already went down the elevator, so you don't have to ride the elevator twice. You have minuet to come back, and you also have water being hinted, and we can go beat full clear water right now at DDR. So, but to be fair, I don't know how confident Sora is in his ironless water. So, there's not really, like, you can get back here super quick. Like, if you want to keep doing forest, that is fine, but I would recommend just killing Ganon and then coming back in. There's really no reason not to have killed Ganon at this point, because you can just play Minuet, come right back in. It's not a big deal.
Oh my god, Sage, that was actually really good. Because you have to target with when you're hessing. If a Poe pops up that can actually just completely screw you over and send you flying, he went more or less in the correct direction, even with the Poe. That was impressive.
Although, to be fair, I guess I wasn't considering Skulltulas, so this makes more sense if you want to get these Skulltulas. But even then, I wonder if, like, cutting out having to ride the elevator up and down one more time, and also having to push the blocks more in the basement, if it's just faster to just warp back in with Minuet. It's probably close.
At that point, if you're doing the Skulltulas anyway, you might as well do the checks along the way, because you're like, well, it might have iron boots, which would be helpful for him.
If you're getting the tokens, there's no reason not to. But I guess my point is, because you had to ride the elevator again, and also you have to push the thing to do the block puzzle again, it's probably just faster to just kill Ganon while you go to the basement the first time, and then just come back because you have Minuet.
Yeah.
Also, it's weird that... Oh, I guess he's just gonna go do it now. That's weird. I also disagree with, like, he could have gone Green Poe, and Green Poe is guaranteed to be an item. So, I'm surprised he didn't do that. He has hover, so he could just damage boost, he could mega flip, blah, blah, blah.
One thing to note, however, is that, as we're mentioning, a lot of these glitches, as you can see here, aren't necessary by any strats, and so not all of our players have the same level of knowledge. And Sora is an excellent routing player and comes a lot from the standard community, and so might not be as familiar with all the glitches that are possible to do. But that's okay, and as you can see, Sora is in the finals right now. It is by no means necessary to do any of the glitches you see here. All of the logic is glitchless, so it's just gravy, whatever you want to add on.
Seeing a GTG play from Sage here. Shame he didn't decide to go reverse Wasteland, but it does make sense. It is faster, probably, to go this way. Seeing a Hess over? Or... Yes? No? Do it! Hess! Oh, Mega Side. Oh, Mega Side hop into... Alright, that's fair.
That almost didn't make it. He was really far back.
I would have just done like a super slide, but works the same. Also, you should have just played a Poda. I mean, a Poda is slightly slower than Hessing, but like not by that much, so it's like kind of whatever.
Abby.
Don't do Gerudo Valley. We know it's garbage. Don't do it, Sage. No.
I don't know if Sage.
I'm pretty sure Sage knows. I think it was in front of Temple of Time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sage, go. Leave.
Also, one thing important to note is that in this hint distribution, progressive items, even if they are logically locked, like a second or third bow and a Foolish Shadow, is not possible. That is something that is possible in Standard, is that if you have a Foolish area, you can have a logically locked progressive item. But in this distribution, we decided to make Foolish actually Foolish. There are no progressives and no what could be hinted as a major item in them.
Yeah.
The only exception that I found out when I was recently reviewing is Strength Upgrade. That one actually doesn't have that exception included.
Oh, is that because we missed it then?
Probably, because we just didn't think about the fact that strength is a thing that you need sometimes.
Yeah. I will add that to our list of things for the settings feedback.
Speaking of which, after the tournament, we are going to be having discussions about settings for Season 2. So if you are looking to try things out, We do recommend you also check out the Discord. You can check out the DDR discussion channel, the DDR S1 discussion channel, or Gameplay and Tricks if you're looking to learn any kind of glitches. And you can check out the DDR discussion channel. We'll be talking about the settings for Season 2 after this tournament. We'll have a document coming out explaining all the different things and whatnot. So.
Yeah, you can watch all of us yell at each other about the stupid decisions we all want to be made. It's fun. Fun times.
I mean, the hope is that we won't yell at each other and we'll be nice and civil. Right, guys? We'll all be nice and civil.
No, it's fun. It's fun to yell. But yeah.
Staying silent.
It's unlikely that anything's gonna change, but we'll see. We like our settings, generally speaking. If anything, we might add like some tricks in or something. But, well, we shall see. I'm a part of the equip swap gang, but I don't see that happening.
Said a no word. We not speak of this right now.
Oh,
it's also not a setting.
That's a no word gang, but I doubt that's going to be a thing.
That's also not a setting.
Oh, Hitler president!
Oh,
wow.
Okay, that could be huge. I mean,
he just realized he was about to get that skull, and he's like, "Wait."
Yeah. I mean, that could save a decent amount of his time.
Well, unfortunately for Sage, who's probably already at like 26, knowing Sage. But yeah, it's not bad by any stretch.
Yeah. This is just so weird. What are you... Go in the thing. Okay. That was interesting. That was interesting. He was like, oh, I need to go... That was weird. Yeah, this is very interesting because, like... Huh. There could be a hookshot in here, I guess, but... And I think we're gonna see Sora go GTG, which effectively means Sora is gonna get nothing that he needs. Like, maybe irons, I guess, but... Or maybe, he might... Actually, he's probably just going water here, I would imagine.
He literally got 2 back-to-back hits that water is on the path of the hero, so I really hope so.
I would hope
he's also
so,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Again, the only thing is Sora, I don't know how confident Sora is. I mean, I'm assuming he knows how to ledge clip, but who knows? At the very least, Sage didn't go bottom the well because he probably realized it was garbage. So that might be a saving grace for him. Because again, we could deduce before going bottom of the well that there was really going to be nothing there. But, I mean, I don't know. I would imagine that, like, it's going to be a little awkward because Sage has isolated that hookshot.
Yeah.
That hookshot is super isolated right now, so I have no idea when the hell he's going to go get that.
And also,
So, unless he finds the other one. So.
It will be very interesting to see what the path in water is, because if it ends up being hookshot, then we know for sure that you need to get that one hookshot that's in the Colossus area. So that could be huge.
Assuming it's going to be Hammer. Probably could have.
Really hope it is Hammer, because then we're definitely in a good place. Unfortunately, with Foolish Fire, your BK is not going to be in a great location.
So that's how it works with fire.
That's how it works with Foolish.
Get to see a hookshot entry.
This cylinder is quite large, even though you can't tell. So you don't even need hookshot extension. I knew you were gonna say that, Davi. But you don't need a hookshot extension. Just like keep aiming. But hookshot extension does make this easier. And Sora going to go the long way around to climb all the way up there. You can make your way up the precipice with a side hop up the angle. But yeah.
Do they have Song of Time?
No.
I don't think so.
So I'm curious if Sora knows how to do the EPG to get River Chest.
River Chest was hinted dead, but it is helpful to get the Dragon Chest. It is helpful to get the Dragon Chest, though.
That is true. Actually, without irons, we need to go up there to get the Dragon Chest.
Correct. So I saved you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Nice.
And yeah, Shadow, you don't need long shot. You can hit that with hook shot. It's fairly precise, but I think Dotso has a setup.
Actually, Arthur has a setup too.
Oh, for the hook shot to hit the crystal?
Yes.
Oh.
There's like a billion different setups for it. It's very
Yeah.
large. But yeah, the one Dotso has, he stole from someone. Like, everyone steals setups from everyone. But Dotso actually puts it on YouTube and makes it so I could find it. So thank God. I think the original setup was what, from like 2000... I don't even know.
Nice dive there from Sora. It's using the same principle as we saw with the Navi dive earlier. If you're in a cutscene, you kind of just ignore water physics. And so you can do that with the Ocarina, you can do that with Navi, you can do that with the Cuckoo cutscene. There's a ton of different things that count.
Yeah.
So
also, not throwing any shade at Dotso. The only reason I knew he stole it because he said it in chat. So he gave the credit properly.
So we're doing the ledge clip. So you can do this unbuffered, or you can buffer it, which is unpressing and repressing Z while Link is in the falling animation, so that you clip yourself inside, as Sora conveniently just did as I said it.
Yeah.
So you can technically get every single check in Water Temple through this type of method. It is way more helpful if you have ZL. So this is my preferred method, that you will go all the way to where the map chest is, and oh my fucking god. That was a pretty purple mirror shield. But anyway, you can clip your way all the way to the map chest where Ruto greets you in Water Temple, and then you can lower the water and basically do the entire rest of it without a hookshot or anything else, just by using a ledge clip.
Does Sage know hookshotless spirit? Are we gonna see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely does.
Sage is gonna do probably hookshotless seed.
The one thing, he still needs a hammer. He still needs a hammer, though, if he's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he can't be forced. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But it could be the other hookshot in spirit. We don't know.
It's possible. Yeah, we're still anxiously find out what the path is in water. Because what this path is could be really huge to what the seed is going to end up being.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, this seed gave you all the tools to do a ton of glitches if you're familiar with them. But there also is a lot of glitchless... Ooh, nice save. There is also a lot of opportunities to do the glitchless way as well. Like as we've said earlier, Sage has orphaned the Naru's Love Fairy and Colossus to get the hookshot where he could have logically progressed through Shadow. Technically, you can still get through Shadow without a hookshot all the way up until the Redead Silver Rupee room. So we could find a hookshot in Shadow also. There are still ways to stay in logic that both of our runners have the opportunity to do so if they choose.
Also, we saw there on Sage's side the legal hovering, so that was fun. Hovering without a damage source because Truth Spinner.
It's not our fault. The floor just happened to fall away.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Boomerang.
That's irrelevant,
really
though.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Because you're already in the dungeon. You're probably gonna.
Yeah. So that's not ideal. That doesn't really change Sora's go mode status at all. That might honestly make him go to Jabu. I hope not. I mean, that'd be really weird to do that, but maybe he will. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we don't know if it's a path item. It is probably just because there aren't that many items in water.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, contrary to Wave the Hero, there's no way to know which one it's leading to.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow logic. So if there's more than one item that are all on the list, it could literally be any of them.
Sora getting his destroyed by that. Are we gonna see the hover bootless strat? Because you gotta wait anyways? Nope. He's probably gonna get these Skulltulas. Water is a good choice here just because you can also get a lot of decent Skulltulas. Never mind. Does he already have 30? Does Sora have 30 already?
Summit, though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because small key logic. Makes sense. There's a strength.
That could also be
on the list.
Oh. And that is helping point towards a Way of the Hero strength. Because that could be logically behind one of the strength ones.
Well,
What is this logic?
well, none of this is in logic yet because we don't know where irons are. And that strength's not in logic without long shot either. Who rolled this? I'm pretty sure Dobby did.
Dobby did.
Yeah, I did.
Not me.
I also just now realized why you guys were saying puppy boots earlier. That is adorable. I love these hover boot sounds.
You've
No,
never heard
Sage
puppy
isn't-
boots?
No, I'm stupid.
I don't know if I've heard it before.
I
I
just
just
hear you
noticed
say
earlier.
something that's gonna get you banned from this call, Egg.
What did I say?
Exactly.
I didn't say anything about puppy boots. I don't even know what you're talking about. I was about to say Sage isn't gonna clip through, but then I remember he doesn't have a hook shot, so he can't clip anyways.
Okay.
That was all. I don't know what you're even talking about. What's even puppy boots? I don't know.
It's the sound effect
Really
from
bosky.
the hover boots.
Yeah. I was gonna make fun of Sage, but then I realized he can't do it, so I shut up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's not a bad boss key.
Yeah. And we'll see at this point after you found I don't know how many of the items in
Two.
here Sora has found.
He has
but-
one item left.
Oh, did he find 3? I thought he found 2. Because he
thought one was
did.
a heart piece.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then.
Looks
I
like
don't
he's
know.
just
I
on the
was
box.
not paying attention. Yeah, I would just leave.
Clip
I don't-
through that. Yeah, Sage clip.
Nice.
Saved no time because he messed it up once. Yes.
But it's cool.
I mean, I do that clip all the time too. It's technically faster, but it's like, I mean, you usually just break even with doing it the intended way. So, why not? Be a cool kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
you'll see on Sora's side, he's doing one of the tricks that we mentioned to get across here. There's a ton of different things you can do that require hover boots. I don't know if he's going for a soup slide here, or if he's going for a... You can do a mega side hop, is I think the most frame lenient version.
Yeah. He's probably doing the mega side hop version here, I would imagine. Or mega flip. He might land in the water though. I don't know.
Yeah, he landed in the water.
You wouldn't-
That's why you don't want to
yeah.
do a mega flip there.
Right, you want to do
multiple
a
reasons.
reasons. Hop.
Yeah, mega side hop doesn't go as far, so you're most likely you got to land back on the platform again. But also a mega side hop is much more frame
Way too
lenient.
far. I think he has to move closer.
But
Oh,
he's
no,
good.
he got it. Nice.
yeah, he's fine.
Nice. Barely. But yeah, we were also saying earlier that some of these matches have been determined by a player knowing either bomb or chew mega flip, mega side hop. So Sora and I are reversed. I lost a match because I don't know chew mega flip. And fuck my life in Shadow.
That's a shot in shadow. Ooh.
Don't die, Egg. But Sora also previously lost
Jesus. Would
no
have died.
bomb
Stupid.
mega flips.
What a stupid seed.
Yeah. So Sora and I are polar opposites, but also I commiserate. But holy shit, that hookshot in Shadow. So I think that means Sage is now in go mode.
Yep.
Yeah, Sage is definitely in go mode because he already has magic too.
I guess
So he
Sora is. Sorry. Sora's a dungeon up.
Yeah, but he doesn't
But-
have a fire source
Yeah.
or explicitly know where one is. He knows where magic is, so there's that. But I don't think he'll have to luck into one of those two checks for the fire source
Right.
But we
Or-
might see.
and a hammer.
Sorry. I would imagine Sage might go Spirit here, though, because he doesn't have Serenade. Because he has Mirror, too, so.
He has Epona though.
That's true. Yeah.
I'd say the mirror shield is irrelevant because water is so much faster than spirit.
Yeah. Water's probably the fastest temple to do on average.
Well, Jabu.
Temple.
Oh,
To my
so you're
knowledge, Jabu's not the
explicitly. You're explicitly. I mean, this is rando. So I assume temple in the sense of it's got a medallion we need. But yeah,
Yeah.
if we're explicitly talking about the adult ones, then yeah. Oh my god!
Oh, dude, you can
Sora
find
is
the
winning. He
secrets.
found the paperweight.
No, dude, that's super important. How is he gonna know where that one scrub is without that? Super important.
Critical information.
Ooh, he's going.
Oh, he's going spirit.
Unless
Yeah, he might
he's
be going
checking the
GGG.
wasteland.
Oh.
Well, but he doesn't have the... He's adult, so he wouldn't be able to.
No, he's going Spirit.
Are you going Spirit? Say, Sora, don't do it.
I mean, Spirit's not a bad play. If you get, like, there's a decent amount of items here. If you find Mirror Shield, then you can, like, you're checking items while potentially getting a boss key you're gonna need, because...
It doesn't need it, though. This is a stone.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Yeah. To be fair, Spirit does have a lot of Skulltulas, though, so I don't know how many more he needs of that, I guess.
It does have skulls, but I feel like there's probably better skulls you can do than going through Spirit.
I would imagine at this point, he's like, I put off GTG so long, I wasted my time in bottom of the well. If GTG has anything, then I lose. Might be his mindset. So he's just going to put off GTG. And if you're in the mindset to just ignore GTG, then your best option right now would be Spirit. Yeah, he does. He needs a magic source. Well, he needs a fire source and magic to...
Well, on Sage's side on the left, the DDR rule set does allow the quick kill here, where you drop an explosive down and then damage him. Just be careful, if you drop down too early, you can soft lock the fight. So the usual way is to drop the explosive and wait for Bongo to make like the damage sound, and then you're safe to go down.
Maybe he's going to get pulled by the Wallmaster, I guess? Or I guess maybe he wants the Skulltula, I guess.
You can just grab that from the other side,
Yeah.
but...
Yeah. I don't know if you can... Yeah, you can.
He is at 23.
Yeah, most likely this is going to be a Sage win. At this point.
At this
We
point,
would need a hammer.
yeah, either a hammer or... Like, I think at this point, either hammer or very, very quickly to go to the... one of those locations with a fire source, because... Yeah. He'll at least be in go mode. I forget where the Shadow Temple boss key was, but he'll be in go mode where Sage wasn't.
Yeah, it was invisible. It was pretty early. Invisible scythe through. But yeah, he has to go child. He has to go child Goron. I mean, he has to go child regardless to be able to get either of his fire sources. So yeah, the only opportunity here is really if he finds hammer.
Does Sage pick up Carl? Sage has bugs. Ooh.
Don't bug.
And he also did a safety save. That makes sense. Bugs and their RNG are not the most friendly, which is why we prefer a fish bro.
It's what you get for abandoning Carl Sage.
We might actually be locked out of Spirit here without that torch.
Ooh,
it's time.
nice.
I think that counted. That nice. That
Yeah.
counted. Just YOLO, Fivehead.
Exactly. See? This is why I should YOLO Spirit Hover.
Sounds inadvisable.
Enable!
Get to see a clip from Sage's side here. So that's fun. We are not locked out of Spirit, which is probably honestly more bad than good. But I mean, at this point, I can't see Sora winning this, but who knows? Sage also saved a decent amount of time in Forest because he doesn't need to care about anything. So early boss key, immediately go to the boss, save like a minute or so. But yeah, the only saving grace here is going to be like hammer really early, and then like first chest boss key and fire.
Yeah, it's the same setup as you use for like getting into the Cack Archery at night and the one in Fire Temple. It's the same one.
Huh. Honestly, with that boss key placement, if Sage goes Spirit would probably be faster. He'll probably still go water. I would imagine.
Yeah, you.
Like, the only argument I can see is because you have a Requiem, you can get there a little much faster. Also, like, entering water is kind of slow with just hookshot. So actually, I could see the argument to just go Spirit instead of water here. But we shall see.
And let's see. Interesting, that actually reaches with hookshot. I didn't know that. Today I learned.
The more you know.
And I usually just do the child side, and then just come up and get the Skulltula and then get that chest. But it is faster to do it that way. I just suck at aiming. Hookshot. Yeah, I mean, the main reason why I would say, like, maybe Spirit would be a better idea is just because what is Sage doing? Oh, he's getting the song. It's just because you have Requiem, but you don't have Serenade, so getting there is much faster. With only Hookshot, it's pretty slow to get into water, so you're bleeding a decent amount of time just to get into the dungeon. But then you had to argue, like, how much time do you save because you're doing water as compared to Spirit? It's probably still correct to do water, but I could see the argument to just do Spirit.
Yeah, I think on average you definitely bet on water being faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sage was probably hoping for Serenade, by the way, for that song.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought he was going back Child, and I was like, what? I was like, are you gonna go back Child to do like Child panic. Spirit? And I'm like, what? That would be interesting.
Yeah, no, forget opponent, he'll just Hess.
Yep. Gotta go fast.
Like, in this specific case, because we know where boss key is, it'd probably be like maybe a second faster to do Spirit, but that's also with really good boss key placement, and it's not worth it.
And Robo not being a jerk.
Yup. You can do it. You can hookshot it. Yeah. That was a waste of time. Woo. Gotta love hookshot strats, eh?
They're the best. We'll see. At this point, like, the best, the like, closest saving grace that might pop up for Sora is if he finds Hammer and it's an early DK and Fire.
Yeah.
At this rate, that's his major hope, unless he, like, dips and immediately finds one of those fire sources. At this point, like, every second that he doesn't get one of those two things is time that Sage is just getting in advance.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, even if he gets Hammer, I'm pretty sure he's pretty far behind. But we'll see.
Well, he just needs fire, and so, like, water, I don't remember where the BK was in water, but I remember it wasn't great.
It was in the push block.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
It's probably like 3 minutes until you get it in water, something like that. It's probably like early, probably like mid to late before you decide going Darkling side, generally speaking. Not bad at all. Seeing double defense here. Yep. Yeah, the main issue here is if he doesn't find Hammer, like, he has to go Child to get his magic, to get his fire source. We know that. So, you know, that's very, very slow. We can see a damage clip into double defense. Pretty easy angle setup there, and then you just pull a bomb. Anyone can do this. Pretty straightforward.
And yeah, you don't even have to hold anything while the bomb explodes. Just neutral, and you're good.
I first decided to make that stupid gossip stuff. Hey, I made a setup for it. You shouldn't do it, but I did.
I actually use your setup for the record.
Yeah, I use it too. It's not that slow. It's just,
You consistency is important. I think that's something that we've said all throughout this tournament is that there are multiple methods to do some of these glitches. I think the more contested one is doing the ledge cancel or burning stick or the mega flip out of bounds or damage boost for skipping past King Zora's child. So whatever method is comfortable for you, no judgment. Because if you have to repeat it several times, then you're going to lose time.
The only one...
Just say consistency is important.
The only thing that we will judge you for...
It took 6 months, but I could be taught.
God, we're gonna kill me today, Jesus. That's brutal.
Yeah. The only trick that we will judge you for is if you use Song of Storms to enter bottom of the well. I mean, that's it. That's basically illegal. Yeah. But other than that, you're good. To be fair, with KZ, with Weep Skip, the Deku Stick method is the most efficient because you don't need explosives. So you know. But
yeah,
the
but
fastest
also
is,
I can't get it
ledge
consistently,
cancel.
so I will wait for my bomb choose.
The fastest is the ledge cancel version, technically.
But if you can do it, then yeah.
The pillar is fine, but it is definitely the hardest part of Ironless Water.
Oh, nice. Wrong kind of arrow. Just lots of ice, apparently.
Also, don't listen to Dotso. Anything he says is easy. It's probably, like, medium to difficult. It also depends on your knowledge of the game and blah, blah, blah. If you play this game for a very long time, it wouldn't take you that long to learn it, most likely. But...
Oh, there's your fours.
That goes perfectly with the magic we don't have.
Now, the dumbest thing you can do in water is ZL with Central Pillar. That's stupid. I don't think anyone would argue that. Ooh, right. Oh, yeah, we already knew about that, right? Blech.
Yeah, it's a really troll... One, or possibly one of the troll ones here, where you're like, hey, you're already doing this slow stone dungeon. Do you want a faster stone dungeon?
Yeah, I know you need irons for that. I'm just saying, like, it could come up. You can do a decent amount without ZL if you have irons in this game. If you have irons but not ZL, you can do a decent amount of water. But it's probably it's harder than doing ZL without irons, definitely. And it's more likely that you'll get ZL than you will get irons. So.
What happened? What left? Everyone's still in call. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Maybe.
And yeah, I don't know if the gainer has more frames than the backflip. It looks cooler though, so I want to learn that.
Yeah, it's easier. Dotso just said it in chat, so I would imagine so. It's the easier method to do the gainer over the backflip, just because I think there's more frames than you can see. I do the backflip personally, but that's just because I learned it that way, so I'm pretty consistent at it. I've never done the gainer. I just do the backflip. But I've done it so much, I rarely ever mess it up. So it really just depends what you're consistent at. But if you don't know a method for it, just learn the gainer is the point, I guess. If you don't know how to do that without long shot and you want to learn a method, just do the gainer.
Oh, and here we see Sage is going. We'll find out if I remember correctly if this is the boss key. So using a couple of weird shots. So the explanation for how that works is it's weird.
Yep. Oh, we're not going to see him use the jank.
Oh, there's Rudos. Oh, nice.
Nice.
There's a bunch of collision in water that is hookshotable because water is a mess. So you could weird shot back out of that room. But
yeah, it's one of those places that like a lot of OOT is just held together with duct tape. And they left some places in water where their duct tape is sticky side out, and you can use those to hookshot.
We're gonna see probably a Mega Side Hop? Yep, Mega Side Hop. Mega Side Hop, equip hovers. Or not. Mega Side Hop, equips hovers midair and hold down.
There you go.
Oh, he's pausing, wasting those frames.
I paused too.
Well, you're wasting frames.
Oh, also one thing, if you are
I don't
learning
win
that
races
trick,
anyway.
if you are learning that trick, one also thing to keep in mind that I struggled with for a while. After you do the thing and you're facing backwards, you have to let go of shield, or else you won't grab the ledge. So make sure to let go of shield as you hold down.
Yeah. Well, also because you had to untarget, you would just be like shielding while crouch shielding while slide. It just Again, after you do the mega side hop while in the air, equip hovers and then release everything but hold down, and you'll do it.
Now, where is Sora going from here? Are you going Fire Temple?
But fire. Well, no, maybe back to the forest. Hopefully, he got the foolish fire hint. Yes, he did. Okay.
I don't think he did double magic.
He can't unless he wants to test.
Yeah, you can do double magic very easily. You can get into double magic with just hovers. You can super slide in. You can hasten. You can mega flip in.
Where are you going, Sora?
Sora may be trying to deal with logic right now. That's probably what I would fall back on.
Could also be trying to route skulls as well. Yeah, that's why I was confused. That I don't think he's going forest because he has a minuet. My guess is he might be just trying to grab the Skulltulas that are in River, maybe?
He's probably going to rush ice because he wants Skulltulas and he also wants to do checks. Makes sense. Albeit, he wasn't at water. I'm stupid. And he doesn't have Serenade, so he can't. Yeah, rush ice right before the 2-hour mark. Yep.
Mm-hmm. He does have Fruito's letter, so I mean, he probably thinks it's in logic, and he has the boomerang.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like terrible at this point. You don't really have much else to go on, and again, I would imagine like the big thing he doesn't have, right, is he hasn't done GTG. But I would imagine his mindset has to be like, I haven't done GTG for so long that there's no way Sage hasn't done it, and if it is the answer, I lose anyway, so why bother going? I would imagine.
Also, on the right side, on Sora's side, you see the easiest clip in the game. You can just target this wall that you see right here, go into this corner, jump slash, and shield. And you don't even need to shield sometimes. It's fantastic. It is amazing. They just conveniently gave you a setup right next to the place you need to clip. I mean, it does make sense that Sora's in desperation mode, because apparently that's a thing for Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, for Kingdom Hearts. This does make sense.
Again, the biggest mistake he made was that bottom of the world play. If he was looking at logic and where that Song of Storms was, he would have known that that bottom of well had nothing for him. So that was a huge time waste. And then it was awkward not doing Child Goron City too, but I can understand that. It is very slow. We're going to see a hookshot clip here. That's fun. You can use the freeze art to clip your way through this gate.
Fun fact, you can also do that during the Phantom Ganon fight to clip outside. Don't do that, though.
Nope, don't do that.
Apparently it's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad.
I found that out apparently like this morning. So you can do that.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Nice.
I like it. I will do that next time.
But yeah, unless like Sage just forgets how to beat the game, he won.
Yeah.
But maybe Sage will forget. I don't know. Maybe he has early onset Alzheimer's or something. You never know.
Oh, and now we have to get rid of the bugs too.
Yeah, you can do, it is faster just to use bombs, and just never use bottles at all. On the second damage frame of a bomb, Link can like clip partially into these red ices and open up the chest. It is frame perfect. And freeze. It is frame perfect. However, you can kind of just mash A. So it's not that bad at all. It's pretty rare that you actually use blue fire, because you can use the bomb to clip into that, bomb to clip into the other chest, the bomb to clip to get the freestanding. You can ledge clip to get around the one wall, and you can do a bomb push to get around the other wall. And it's just very slow to fill your bottles and empty them. So,
we get one final cool trick here on Sage's side. He super slid into this cutscene because normally the Ganondorf knocks away your sword, but if you super slide in and hold R, that animation doesn't play of it leaving your hand, and then you just keep it. It's fantastic.
Load. Yeah, it's quite nice. He could have opted to not do it and then just equip Big Goron Sword and just jump slash to store your crutch that value, but this is faster.
Cooler. So
yeah, it's faster to do it this way technically. I would just go with the Big Goron Sword to have an easy fight, because you can just get ISG and then just run around Ganon until he dies. But it is faster to just do crouch stabs like he's currently doing. What happens if you miss the load and then just like void out there? What do you just load back? Do you load back in there? I would imagine. Like if you just ran off the cliff instead of activating the fight. Oh, you can't void? Okay, there's like invisible walls or something. This big ass wall. Fair enough. Fair enough. They thought about it, eh?
Looks like it's also on fire.
Well, before you activate them, I don't think that firewall is there, right? If you just don't activate the fight. But
so having your firewall active is always recommended for security reasons.
Yes. Well, maybe Sage's control over break. Giving Sora all the hope I can. I want to see a second match, but ain't gonna happen.
That's going to be a GG there.
Yep, GG to Sage for winning the Dungeon Door Requirements Season 1 tournament with a time of 151 even. And Sora did immediately forfeit. So both of them are coming in for interview. So congrats to our tournament champion.
GG, Sora.
Hey, thanks. I have some questions, but I'll wait.
I don't know if we're waiting for Sage, but yeah, definitely GG. I saw you said in Race Room that you didn't get owned. I promise, Sora. So what questions do you have?
Mostly just curious about which his last item was and which dungeon he did.
Hookshot.
GG.
Oh.
Well,
GG's.
Yeah, he got a hookshot in Shadow.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, because Sage super isolated the Neru's Love because he went Wasteland. Neru's Love had a hookshot, which you got, of course. But the fire sources, which I'm assuming you were looking for, was Fire Arrows in Wasteland, and then Goron Pot was Din's.
There was a hook shot on Neru's Love. Dang, dude.
Yep. Yeah, we figured you were never going to get that because you just did everything when you didn't have ZL. So we would imagine you would never go there. And then you went GTG without doing Reverse Wasteland. So.
Saved. Thanks, Shadow.
Yeah.
I was also really curious to find out what the what the path item was in Water Temple, because that could have really determined how things ended up, and it was Rang or Strength, neither of which are good.
Where was Hammer?
We don't know.
No one got it. Okay.
Yeah, so the big difference, I guess, Sage went GGG for a bit, and then you left. And then, Sora, you did bottom of the well. Which I was saying, with bottom of the well, it couldn't have had anything there. I don't know if you realized that afterwards or not. Because it was locked by all 3 stones. But yeah, what was your mindset when you were going bottom of the well?
Mostly just getting as many checks done as fast as I could. Because at the time I wasn't I didn't know where the items for all dungeons were, so they could have just been accessible somewhere. So I figured I would just do the checks that were there because I had already been going graveyard, I think, to do the grave and then the composer grave and Dampe. So I just did the bottom of the wall. I was there.
Okay, makes sense. And I guess with Sage, you went GGG and then you bailed really early. I guess what was that about? Just curious.
Well, I was really torn on whether to keep going because the magic was right outside, and I had magic and I had Dins, and I'm like, I could do GTG or I could do Shadow. I'd rather be doing Shadow, but if I leave GTG, it's going to take a long time to come back. And I did, so I just did a few checks in GTG, and I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be in Shadow.
Makes sense.
And definitely ended up paying off, so ended up being the right call. Also appreciated that the finding that magic on top of Gerudo Fortress, and then grabbing his skull and going, oh wait.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed by that. Well, I don't know. I was already at 21 skulls, so I was like, thanks, I guess, but I don't know, it's fine. It was alright. It got me into Shadow, which got me my hook shot, so that was good.
You're also, when the point that you were doing a stone dungeon, you had the choice of spirit or water. When you're debating, with the warp song, you had Requiem but not Serenade, so we're debating. Ultimately, why did you decide water versus spirit?
Water just has the potential to be a lot faster, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about it as the Overworld movement.
Spirit was a good idea too, but it's just, I don't know, the BK could be a lot worse in Spirit than I feel like water could be.
Also, Trollrova does exist.
Yeah, and Twin Rova too. Twin Rova takes a long time to kill.
Oh, okay, yeah, so Dins was on the big rolling Goron. I was really confused for a second because someone said spinning pot, and I was like, I could have swore I got a hint for that. I said
that. Was it Goron?
It was rolling Goron, and then your fire arrows were on Haunted Wasteland, which was hinted Path of the Hero.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, did you say there was another magic outside GTG?
Yeah, in the Gerudo Fortress chest. Yeah, you guys were neck and neck with skulls, though.
Yeah, I'd considered Child Goron when I did Child Lost Woods, but I don't remember why I didn't go at this point. I just decided it was slow. It's probably because I had the pot hint. So like,
you know what?
Whatever.
Last night I was doing a seed with egg where I was in the exact same mindset early on. I had bombs and Child Goron City was there, and I was like, nah, and it ended up having boomerang. So I was in that mindset when I was there. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Child Goron City has screwed over so many people in this tournament.
Legit, yes.
Legit, yes. And yeah, Sora, I think at that point you were also you were clearing Child Lost Woods, but you also had you just gotten your hookshot recently, so I could also clear Forest and Water. So our thinking was that you might have opted for the progression instead of clearing the child.
Yeah, that was probably it. Yeah, and then later on in the seed, it kind of just became, do you pick Ganons, do you pick Spirit, do you pick Ice, do you pick GTG? So I was probably never gonna go to Child Goron.
I am curious though, did you put off GTG so long because you figured Sage did it? So there was no reason for you to go there, because going Cavern over GTG was an interesting decision.
Yeah, I kind of metagame that a little bit. I assume that because GTG is usually like the first place you go when you can't go to a progression dungeon and you like don't have much else to do. And since I had put it off a bit already, I kind of just doubled down on that play and decided to go ice.
That makes sense.
So, what were you guys' thoughts throughout this tournament now that we have reached the conclusion?
I don't know how I did this. I don't know how this happened. I've expected to lose to Exodus a long time ago, but here we are.
Dude, Exodus plays out on an Xbox controller. You're fine.
Hey, he won the bingo tournament. Come on.
I know he's really good. I get it, but I'll make fun of him. The only thing I can make fun of him is because he plays on an Xbox controller.
So apparently he's changing. He's changing now to VC. So
yeah, I know he's better in like every way. He's been around forever, and he's found so many things.
He was already so good with an Xbox controller. God help us all when he goes on PC.
Sora, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I've always liked doing 1v1 races, so this was, I enjoyed it a lot. I got a little bit more nervous at times that I wouldn't have wanted to, but at the end of the day, like I love playing this rule set a lot. Like everyone who plays is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm glad I decided to play, and because I had been considering sort of stopping playing Rando for a while after the Season 4 Challenge Cup, and then kind of just said, okay, I'll give it a try. And I'm happy I did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, DDR is great. It's a lot of fun. For the longest time, like before DDR was a thing, it's all standard, and so like for somebody like me who likes glitched rando and not really standard, it didn't really feel like there was that much of a space for glitched rando. And then DDR comes along, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a great community. I really like it.
We're the cool kids we're the bad boys of the OoTR Discord. We are. We're cool. We have all us wear our hats on backwards.
Cool we're gonna do a group photo then.
But yeah, I am curious, Sora, did the potential of doing Child Shadow ever cross your mind?
No, not for a
second. Makes sense. No one does it.
Yeah, I know how to do a quick put away, but that would have been just about it.
Yeah,
I would have been flying blind past then.
It's definitely a very interesting thing to do. I'm pretty sure outside of the only one who's done it is Dotso in a race.
Yeah, exactly. Once the one time.
I did practice it and learn how to do it just in case it came up, but it never came up. Like, it's so rare. But if you know it in just the right circumstances, boy, it can really carry you.
Yeah, you still need the magic to beat the game. But yeah, it can be helpful to know. With strength, you don't have to do really stupid bell stuff to get on the boat, but you do still have to do the cutscene skip, or you will crash your game when beating the dungeon. So that is a thing. But apparently the setup for that's not that bad. So
somebody should really fix that.
I mean, I think it's like every adult dungeon. If you beat it as child, or at least most of them, if you beat it as child, the game crashes.
I think it's Forest and Shadow, and maybe Spirit.
It's the ones that don't. If it brings you to the Chamber of Sages, those ones crash. If it brings you somewhere else, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it. Is I think how it works.
Oh, Dotso will correct you in a second, so don't worry about it.
I know it's Forest and Shadow. I don't know which other ones crash. I think Spirit maybe does, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. The only relevant one for DDR is, of course, Shadow. But it does come up.
Well, as tournament organizers, Dobby and Egg, thank you very much for helping reach the tournament conclusion and for setting up and race monitoring. Sage, thank you as well for race monitoring, as well as Dotso. And I do want to give a huge shout out to all of our volunteers who have commentated and tracked, which also came from our participants. So thank you everyone for helping make this tournament happen. And of course, a big thank you to ZeldaSpeedRuns and Trez for allowing us to restream as many matches as possible. I'm definitely sad the tournament is over, but also slightly happy because this has been very, very stressful.
Yeah, I hear you. We're finally allowed to have fun with the game again.
Yes. Let's have fun.
No more stress.
Yes. And huge GG's Sage for winning the tournament, and Sora second place, still amazing. All the way through losers brackets, you fought your way to get here. You've earned it. So GG's on this final match. Rando gonna be Rando as always. And I will, I saw that Dobby had linked the Discord earlier. I will relink the rule set itself. So if you have been following around through any of these matches, we do have a monthly restream. We have weekly races at 11 a.m. Eastern time. At least we try to. We also have a lot of asyncs. So if you're not comfortable enough to race on race time, please definitely pick up an async. You don't have to know all of the fancy glitches that all of these runners will be doing. You could just play it standard if you want to, and then slowly incorporate different things. The community itself is more than happy to teach people anything they want to learn, even if it is a YOLO strat. I do have to say that because Dots is going to yell at me. But we all started somewhere, myself included. I came from standard and random settings all the way into DDR, and it can happen. You just have to have patience and have the want to learn. That is really what's most important, is that we just want to have fun. So definitely give a shout out to us in the DDR discussion channel or in that section, or give a reach out to any of us. I'm pretty sure all of the community will be more than happy to teach whatever they know. And stay tuned as we discuss the settings for Season 2. So we'll allow ourselves to have a little fun in the meantime, and then we'll open the floodgates for feedback and settings changes. And it very well may be that there are no changes because everyone is pretty happy right now for the most part.
Yeah,
but we will allow. Go
I love how
ahead.
Stage is like, time to have fun, no more stress. I'm like, oh boy, dude, time to have setting discussions.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of downtime.
Settings discussions are fun. I don't know what you guys are talking about. # free clip swap.
That's not a setting. That's a rule set. Not included. No words. But yeah. Anyways, we do want to have fun, and sometimes and Dobby's just like, this is fine. This is like Dobby, the one that enters with the pizza with everything on fire and everyone shouting at each other, which is actually literally what happens. But
I'm never shouting. I don't shout.
Well, you're
I just
typing.
Type very loudly.
Dobby, Egg, do you have any thoughts as well for the tournament side?
Well, it's a shame Stage won, and we could have had another match tomorrow, but besides that, it was pretty great overall.
Thanks, Egg.
Hey, I was very open for like the last week. I wanted you to lose this first match, okay? I wanted as many matches as I could have, okay?
On the plus side, you would have been stuck with an egg seed tomorrow, so, I think they're okay with it.
So, you got an egg seed yesterday, so that's fine.
And it helped him today.
Yeah, it did, actually.
Yeah, you only have yourself to blame.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that if that hookshot wasn't a shadow, it would have been a lot closer than it was. I think.
Then I would have been looking for Hammer or the one in Colossus. I don't know how long it would have taken me to go to Colossus.
Yeah. But that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's Rando.
Thanks,
That is Rando.
for you. Graveyard
Yeah.
hints were not good, so.
Oh, by the way, you like that damage boost to the graveyard ledge?
Oh yeah, that was
Dotso very excited. Also
Yes, I
monkey
thought
TOS.
Dotso would love that.
Seeing that's great. Fun strat.
But yeah, for my part, once again, huge thanks to everyone for joining, for our players that we have. as well as our volunteers, including like we had Asdur as well as Keymaker, Dotso, and Sage have all been helping out on the back end for helping with the tournament stuff. So huge thank you to all of you guys, as well as all of the viewers who've come to check out, and hopefully we hope try out the rule set. We do always encourage and love to have new people here. It's been super fun to watch and commentate for all of you guys. So huge thanks to all of you.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we will not have a match tomorrow, but we will always continue playing Rando because we just want to. If you're interested, please definitely, I will relink the the Discord and bump that message far, far away up. But anyway, we could do bingo. Like this team is very flexible, and as long as you put in the effort and you want to learn, we are always here for you. So thanks everyone who has supported this tournament all the way until now. We hope you enjoyed. Their playlist will be on YouTube. So if you'd like to rewatch any of these matches, please do so.
And yes, we should just to point out, Dotso does bring up a good point. Huge shoutouts also to Shiro for doing a lot of the restreaming, as well as anyone else who's helped along those lines. I know Cubs has done some, and I think VXR and Siberian have also done some. I might be missing some, but huge thanks to all of you guys who have helped out for the restreaming and as well.
Yes, thank you to our ZSR team. Alright, so with that, unfortunately, we will end today's stream and go give some love to a fellow ZSR channel. We hope you enjoyed the tournament, and we look forward to seeing you in the next adventure in the DDR rule set. Thanks, everyone.